Beep, 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 beep. Got another good one this morning. This afternoon. When is it? I don't even know when I am anymore. I live in some strange other world where I'm only in real. I only actually exist when I'm doing this. Strange. Right. Nicholas Sturgeon. It's the monster that won't die. Okay. The Scottish people are faced with a quandary, and I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm interested to watch. Obviously, nothing to do with me, although I do hope that they stop the slide into censorious and dreadful quasi-authoritarian future. But we'll see. So they're having a bit of a scrap over who's going to lead the country, and they've got that useless Hamza. Did you see what he did? Yes, was it yesterday? I can't remember. Did you see what he did when he met all the Ukrainian women? He walked in. He said, "Good morning. Where are all the men?" They're at home, dying to save us. Hamza useless. Right, okay. So what we got here is Ash Reagan, right, who is the leadership candidate, who really was, or is, quite interested in getting in power in Scotland. But Nicola Sturgeon has denied. Why didn't she just quietly go away? Just go. We don't want you anymore. That's what the Scottish people seem to be saying. Nicola Sturgeon has denied the SNP is in crisis, as the party was forced to admit that more than 40% of its members have quit. Now, I'm a fairly sensible man, and I like to think I'm fairly switched on when it comes to things. But I cannot imagine an alternate universe in which I would describe the loss of 40% of the membership in my club wasn't a crisis. But yeah, here she is, still spouting the same lies, obviously suffering from some terrible form of cognitive dissonance on a level that I can't understand, in order to deny the fact that she's lost 40% of the SNP membership. And it took a while to get that out of them. After a few weeks of refusing to provide the figure, the SNP said only 72,000 members were eligible to vote in the leadership contest, a drop of more than 50,000 in 2019. In an astonishing decline, the total is believed to have dropped by more than 10,000 in this year alone, as Miss Sturgeon became embroiled in a toxic political scandal. I wonder what toxic political scandal could that be? Oh, there you go. Yep, it's, about that bloke, the rapist. Okay? The membership tally represents a drop of more than 30% on the last published count, 14 months ago. Miss Sturgeon insisted her 89-year-old party was experiencing growing pains. It's the opposite of what it is. But they can't admit it. She's a full-on CSJ, gender identity ideology and queer theist. That's what she is. And she was in charge of Scotland. What else has she been up to? So they had to disclose it because Kate Forbes and Ash Reagan demanded the disclosure after their previous calls for the information were met with silence. Speaking after the number was finally released, Miss Reagan said there had been a significant reduction since October last year and blamed the fiasco over the Gender Recognition Reform Bill. The former Community Safety Minister, who quit over the legislation, argued the membership drop must have been what quickened the outgoing First Minister's resignation. Quickened. That's a good word. Reminds me of the Quickening. Do you remember that from Highlander? There can be only one. You remember, they'd fight through the ages, and if they killed somebody, then these people would go sort of lightning-y, because their head came off. You had to cut their head off in Highlander, and then all the power would go from that person into the other person. That was it was called the Quickening. It's almost like there's something similar going on here, isn't it, eh? Highlander, there can be only one. And then they made a sequel, or maybe two. That's what's going on here. Miss Forbes' campaign team argued the sharp drop demonstrated the need for change and that continuity won't cut it in a pointed attack on the establishment candidate. Useless Hamza. Right, okay, now, Hamza useless. The leadership ballot is being carried out by elections firm Me Voice, with most of the voting done online. In its statement, the SNP said there were 72,186 eligible ballots in the contest. An SNP spokesman said, after many years of delivering for people across Scotland and working towards a better future as an independent country, The SNP remains the biggest, and indeed the only mass membership party in Scotland. We remain grateful to our large and committed membership for all their support, which has done so much to fuel our electoral success. That's like something on a sinking ship saying, we're very thankful to our passengers who have remained to sink with us. Or does it? This is the exciting thing. So we've no idea what's going to happen in Scottish politics, but I like the concept that what has caused her particular downfall and done so with such alarming rapidity. The quickening. The quickening of Sturgeon. I'm going to call this the quickening of Sturgeon, because it's what it's like, Highlander. So off she pops, okay, and in comes somebody else. And there seems to me to be only one frontrunner. I'll leave you to make up your own decision about who that is. And it certainly isn't Hamza Useless. Now, what's also intriguing is that he's been reported to the police for hate speech. Right. He wrote the law under which he has been reported. He brought this nonsense controlling stuff that the left like, right? They brought it in, right? He brought it in. He brought the law in. He's been reported to the police under it. I have never seen such an excellent example of being hoisted by your own petard. Great. Glorious, isn't it? Absolutely glorious that he's been reported to the police under his own ridiculous authoritarian and totalitarian law. Make no bones about it. If you allow these people to continue on the path that they are going, they will turn Scotland into an authoritarian state because it's their only reason to exist. That's all they want, right? So you have to decide, I think, as Scottish people, what you're going to do. It's a difficult one. I know many of you want independence and, have a vote, by all means. I'd hate it if you went, to be honest. I like the idea of us together. I don't know why. I just do. I don't have a particularly strong feeling about it, but personally I'd hate the idea. I don't think it helps, but that's just me, and it's none of my damn business. I'm not there anyway. People have said perhaps we should have a vote and see if England wants to get Scotland out. I wonder what would happen. That would be really interesting, isn't it? Somebody should do a poll. England, do you want to get Scotland gone? Do you want Scotland removed from our union? And see whether the inverse will work, and actually people will say, yeah, off you go then. Dunno, maybe. I don't want that to happen. Unless, of course, it means that you can do things and then go to Scotland and do them and come back to England and not do them, because it feels naughty, doesn't it? Like when they showed Life of Brian years ago, and they wouldn't show it in certain cities, so they bussed people to Wales where it was showing everywhere. Make no bones about it. Your choice is authoritarianism or not. And I think you have to choose very, very, very wisely as a people. And I think you will choose wisely as a people. Because if a 40% drop in their membership is an indication of what they thought about the ridiculous bill that allowed a rapist to enter a woman's prison, or that the fact they're even treating this person like they're a woman at all, because Humza got himself in trouble for that as well, didn't he? Well, I don't think they are. Well, that's all right then. Okay, right? If you don't think they are, who are the other ones? Right, which of the other ones are? Can't deal with it, can they? So they are when they aren't, and they aren't when they are. Is that the answer? Good. What a great way to run a country, and what laws we'll need to deal with that. Men can never be women. They should not be allowed to be women, and there should not be a legal format on which they can pretend they are. Simple as that. They're just LARPing. Same goes the other way around. Women cannot be men, and there should be no place for them LARPing. We need to strengthen, I think, very, very strongly indeed, the sex by deception laws, because these people are trying it on. They're on Grindr, they're on dating apps, they're everywhere. Sex by deception needs to be expanded. Okay? I think, but that's just me, all right? If I was me, I would just simply get into law that sex is sex and gender is immaterial. That way we can do away with all of it. Repeal all the GRAs, repeal them all. Ireland, Scotland, repeal them all, right? Let's get that out of the way so that we can then get together and deal with the woke nutters that are causing such problems in schools and universities. But, all in good time, folks, eh? Let's just keep going, because that's what we need to do. And I shall speak to thee again. Sayonara.